sure could.
Because when we talk about we're going to Vegas.
Hello. Hello.
Hello!
Hello. Should I put on a necklace? My neck is looking all bare and whatnot.
Lions and Tigers and Bears? Oh my!
This is looking all openish and... Oh my! Sound off on that. You put my turban on. I got a turban on today.
I like it.
You do? Oh, thank you, sir.
What's going on? Who is there?
Who's there?
What's
What's
up?
What's up? What's
Say your name and where you're calling from.
What's up, peeps? Here we are. The witch
left.
and the wizard.
They left. They're like, whoa. We're in the wrong place.
Oh, that's funny. Roberto
Oh my gosh,
Amado. Oh, that's you.
That's
What's
me.
up, people? Why am I laughing so much? Oh, my goodness. So, tonight's show is all about unconditional love. You are live on Tantra Talks with the witch and
the wizard.
And tonight's show is all about unconditional love, the true meaning of unconditional love. So, what say you to get us started off, to start this delicious conversation?
Let's give some people some time. Because then we're going to have to go ahead and break it down for them again.
Absolutely.
Or start over the show.
Yeah.
Actually, we could talk about what we're doing next week.
We are going to Vegas next week, love. We're going to Vegas.
We are? For what?
Wakaya Perfection. Bula Bash.
Ooh.
Bula Bash, baby. Bula Bash.
What's a Bula Bash?
A Bula Bash is a celebration of all our accomplishments in Wakaya Perfection. I got a whole rack of team members coming.
Ooh.
We got a suite.
You always do, though.
I be telling all my peeps, come on. I ain't got no room. I get with her and him. Mm-hmm. But I ain't got no airfare. Get on Spirit. Well, I'm trying to hamina. I don't tolerate you know the hamina. You know I don't tolerate that. I'm like, get your behind there. Because you know what I tell my people? I tell them, if you come, beautiful, you're going to grow your life, your business, everything. If you don't come, when we come back, it's going to be a different relationship I'm going to have with you. Now, I'm going to still love you.
I'm going to try that.
It's going to be a different relationship. Because what I then will know is that you're not serious. You don't really want to go for your dreams in this venue, maybe somewhere else. So then that tells me what I need to do. That I need to spend my time elsewhere and do something different, right?
Yeah.
So, that's that. So our peeps are coming on. We just made it barely into Sunday. It's almost Monday. It's almost Monday, boo. Oh my God. It's almost Monday.
It's been a crazy week.
So last week you held the show down like none other, man. I saw you giving messages. I saw you doing all kinds of stuff with our peeps. That was awesome. That was awesome. How was it? I've never done the show before.
I'm sorry. Look at this daggone message.
What show?
I said, look, now read it.
Are you sitting?
All right, you're cut off from this conversation. What in the world is going on? Oh, Lord.
Pardon me. That popped out before I could contain myself. Popped out before I could contain myself. I apologize. So,
tell me about your week.
The week was very hectic because not only did we have end of everything for Wakaya, everything. In addition to that, I had dental surgery on Friday.
That's
which
right.
I'm very, very delighted about. So everything with Wakaya ended on Thursday afternoon. And then I had dental surgery on Friday, which I'm very, very, very happy about the dental surgery because I got all the amalgams out of my head.
You know how to Google that when you said it, right?
Yeah, to Google amalgams.
English is my second language. I was like, oh, what?
Your English is on point.
Amalgamago? Shoes?
Amalgams. The mercury.
Mm-hmm.
I had mercury in my head. Matter of fact.
I still have some, I think.
Matter of fact, guess what? Dr. Jataya.
What's up, Dr.
Here come
Taya?
Bravo!
Love y'all both.
Hello.
He said, how you loving?
How you loving?
Hello.
As a matter of fact, would y'all like to see something?
Oh my God. Before anything, Dr. Jataya, I love you and I miss you.
Oh,
I cannot wait to see you in Vegas.
Dr. Jataya, she's going to be up in the suite with us. Hello.
Hello.
I don't mean all of us. I mean us, the women. Clarify.
No, for who? Not for me.
I don't know. No, not for you. So look at this whiz. They took one tooth out. This is my wisdom tooth.
Hold on. When you said they were pulling teeth, hold on. They pulled the wisdom tooth out?
A wisdom tooth.
That's serious.
Well,
I thought you were talking about they renewing the caps and cleaning.
No. I got stitches in my mouth. They come out the week after Vegas.
Oh my, I feel so insensitive now.
Why?
Because when you told me, I was like, all right, what you doing later? It's like, okay, she got you. It was all good? Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
You were like, surgery. I was like, why is she saying surgery? They're just going to remove the
That's what
caps.
they called it. They called it surgery.
Putting a wisdom tooth is surgery. I didn't know that's what it was.
Do you see this thing?
Yes, it's huge.
Look at that. That is my tooth. And do you know what?
OMG.
Yeah, it has a filling in it. And do you know what? So they took all the amalgams out. I had 4, and then that one in the wisdom tooth. That thing is ginormous.
Oh my God. It looked like somebody that shot up. You got a cat
A bullet. Like I caught a bullet in my teeth.
Like you were like 50 Cent, like to get in the cap, like I've been shot in the mouth. Alright.
Oh my God. And guess what? I was like, and you know what? The tooth, this was the most amazing thing about the tooth and the body. The doctor told me that they came in and they went and took over they told me the protocol, right? And I was like, she said, so an extraction and so forth. I was like, no. I don't want an extraction. Call a dentist in here, right? So the dentist comes in and I said, no, I don't want an extraction. He said, no, really, Miss Love, you really require an extraction, and here's why. He said, when they went into your tooth, them old hood rat dentists back in the hood somewhere, back in the day when I got that, like, I don't know how long ago, when they went into my tooth, they drilled too deep, killed the nerve. He said, and now your tooth is actually dead. Have you ever heard of that before? I had never heard of that before. He said, your tooth is actually dead, and what's happening is your body doesn't like dead things. It's actually trying to get, yes. And that's why every so often it would be like it wasn't loose, but it would just feel like it was swollen. Plus, he said, because there's so many white blood cells going there, it's almost like
taking away,
yeah. He said, and your immune system
goes down.
Is doing a lot of work for that
to maintain that. Yeah.
Yes. Is that amazing how the body works?
Yeah.
Then he told me, because I had amalgams on both sides, one here, and then like 3 on this side, he said that the electromagnetic frequencies that go through your head, they actually bounce off like the metal in your teeth. So you wouldn't want to take out half of them now and come back and get the other half taken care of, because then the frequency be like that. Exactly. Walking around crazy.
Then you be giving us the wrong signs, the wrong messages, the wrong downloads.
I wouldn't be hearing correctly. Exactly. Yeah. And so I said,
I heard you got to jump off the bridge. That's what I heard. Jump off the bridge.
The world.
That's what you heard. I guess I got to do it.
Heard.
Be over there, Dad, talking about, you got the wrong message,
girl. Something wrong with you. So you know what I said? Take them all out. They said, we can take them all out today if you want. The extraction and all the amalgams, we can take them all out today if you want, if we can find time on the schedule and you want to do it today. They gave me the price. It was something like, should I say the price? It was.
It's gonna hurt me. I can hear that. I already know.
They came in and they said 2832. I say, here's my credit card. I was not kidding. I was not. I felt it. Like, today is the day. Like, they had been telling me to get these amalgams out of my head for a very long time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because the mercury is toxic, right? So it was just...
I wonder if I have amalgams.
Time to go. It was time to go.
I have some silver stuff, but I don't know.
Silver? Then maybe it is the mercury fillings, what they were doing back in the day. And when they took them all out... I need to
get them exchanged.
They took them all out and they filled each, so they took all of them out.
Yeah.
And then they refilled them with porcelain. And this one is out, and I have a couple of stitches in there that are going to come out the week after we return from Hula Bash. I have my post-op. She said he'd come in for your post-op appointment. And that's going to be that. She gave me pills.
Which you didn't take, right?
You know which ain't taking no pills. That's not happening. They gave me antibiotics. I was like, not even. I'm not going to assault my immune system with no antibiotics. And guess what else they did? They did this amazing thing where they take your red blood, where they take your own blood. They drew some of my blood and they put it in a spinner, like a centrifuge. I forget what they call it. Spin it around real fast. The white blood cells fly out of it. They catch the white blood cells and stuff them up there in the empty space where my tooth came out, so no infection.
Gangster.
And that fly, I was like, no pain. They gave me painkillers. So I'm going to give you a couple. I'm going to give you ibuprofen and something stronger. I was like, what the hell? Do people that come in here just plain wimps? Like they can't take nothing? Because when it...
That's me.
Because when it wore off, there was no pain. I didn't know what they were talking about.
I don't like needles. If they would have been like, I would like...
She put a few big A needles in my mouth.
I'm not doing that. I'd rather be in a shootout with no gun.
At the OK Corral. With a knife.
Yeah, be blocking the bullets.
Oh my goodness. It was a trip. So I was in the chair for a while. I was in the chair probably for a couple of hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was, and after a while I was like, I'm cold. I was like shivering a little bit. They came and bought me a nice blanket because, you know, it's so cold in that room back there. And then once they took out the tooth, I said, can I have the tooth, please? They said, oh, sure. You can have the tooth. Here come our peeps. Here come our peeps.
What's up, Gracie?
And I said, thank you. Because I need my tooth because a witch wouldn't leave nothing like a tooth somewhere. It's not happening. You get my tooth and the energy of, you know, it just feels like some part of you is off somewhere.
It's dead, though. You gotta, I would have left it. It's dead already.
See, it's right in my magic closet right here. Hello. No, that tooth is staying with the owner. So that was my week.
Gracie, Jatea, you guys ready for Bula Bash in Vegas?
Yes.
I think that's a yes.
That's a yes.
Anyways,
so we're going to be talking about unconditional love, yes?
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love. Unconditional love. What is it? Oh, she said, yes, sir. Hello, guys. Hey, Julie.
Milburn. What's up, Julie? Jules! Unconditional love. Let's talk about it.
Unconditional love. What is it?
Answer it. Don't be asking what is it.
Unconditional love is love without conditions.
You know what it is. Well,
there's actually
let's both answer it. What's your perception? I mean, we know because we've talked about stuff like this, and we did have a show about agape love and things like that where we talked about it, but the witch was like, "It's in my spirit." This is what we're talking about. I was like, "Didn't we do that?" No, this is in my spirit. Then I was like, "Wait a minute." I've had like 10 people around me that this has been the conversation.
Really?
So maybe we need to have this conversation. Actually, I should send text messages like, y'all need to log on. Wow. Because we're not talking anymore.
Wow.
Somebody today, I was like, look, if you can't develop the coping skills, you got to find somebody else. Wow. You got to find somebody else to talk to.
Yeah.
Because I can't be hearing you ranting and raving when it ain't getting anywhere. So tell them what your perception of unconditional love is. So,
unconditional love means The love of God.
I tell some people, tell them.
The love of God.
What is the love of God?
That love of your own soul, that when everything is questionable, that's not. When you don't know where to go, you have it, you hold on to it like a rope. When nobody's for you, you can close your eyes, turn within, the love of God envelops you like a blanket. That love of God, I just sit myself in it every day. When I'm meditating, I just sit in the love of God. Wipes away everything, transforms everything. Doesn't need you to like it, doesn't need you to love it back, doesn't need you to respond, doesn't need you to be good, follow the rules, do what it wants you to do. It doesn't need anything from you. The love of God. Unconditional. Ain't that a love?
Yeah.
The love of God, that's a love.
Should have not even asked you that because you done said all my stuff.
But we know you're going to put your spice on it.
No, that was it. So, now I can add a little bit more to it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's just what you said basically, but the love of God, though, I mean, we're not God. That's like the agape love. So I'm going to figure this out as I talk. So let's talk about what it really is to us as human beings. Because when we talk about the love of God or like agape love, like you can't really reproduce that at the level of God, obviously, right? Because we're like central. I don't even know what size it is, but like our brain is like this and his brain is like the whole universe. You know what I mean? So it's the same with the heart and the love. So what do we do as people on this earth? Or what is it that we can do? So for me, you try to string together as many strides or sprints of that love of God. Because you can't maintain that.
Yeah. So
why can't we maintain that? Because we all have our own issues. We all have our selfish moments. We all are survivors. The human being is a survivor. Your body is meant to survive. Just like you talked about your tooth, the white blood cells, you didn't program it. You didn't go, okay, troops, we have a broken tooth. All you white cells go that way. You go this. You don't do that. Your body does it with no anything, nothing. When you work out, your muscles cheat for each other. They're helping each other out. If you do 1,000 sit-ups a day, you'll never have a six-pack because your back is going to help. Your legs are going to help. Your body's going to adjust. Your body's like, this dude is going crazy doing sit-ups. Let's adjust. Like, we're not having this. Let's help our friend Abs out. You know what I mean? So, for me, unconditional love is you making the effort to string together as many godly agape love moments as possible. Regardless of your intent, regardless of your needs or desires. Regardless. And that's really tough to do. That's really tough to do.
And no judgment. That's a big one for me. No judgment allowed in pure unconditional love. And that is a big one for me because I came from a very judgmental background. They made God out to be somebody you had to please. This big person in the sky, a man, and you had to please him. And jump through hoops, and he had a big book. And either your name was written in the book of life, or it wasn't. And you had to do all you could to be good and follow all the rules to hopefully get some crumbs drop on your head by the answer to a prayer. That's not love.
So let's move on a little bit. Where are we going to segue this at now? So what does that look like in a relationship?
You was reading my mind.
Huh?
You were reading my mind. That's your job for the show?
Like? No. What does it look like in a relationship?
I was just going to ask that question. So if you are in an unconditionally loving relationship, how does that outpicture? What happens? What are the expressions of true unconditional love?
Actually, let's do something different.
Okay.
Because we've discussed this.
Okay.
And if you don't know what's going on, go back to one of the old shows.
Go back to that old show?
Yeah. We've talked about what it looks like. And you've mentioned enough to know what it looks for people to gather what it looks like. Let's talk about people's experiences. Viewers, I don't know where you guys are, but you're all not here. So if some of you guys can share, let's talk about specific experiences, because we know it's unconditional. So let's talk about some of the things or the reasons that brought today's show to your mind.
Okay. So
and I can even talk about some of mine.
Okay. So this morning I was watching Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, and she was interviewing Pastor Bernard. He is one of the biggest pastors in New York. He started this huge church in New York. Pardon me, I was seeing that my phone was going a little crazy over there. He started this huge church in New York, and has been married for 47 years. So this morning he was saying that, on the show he was saying that he and his wife used to have this ritual. And the ritual they had was, I love you because. And they would go back and forth. I love you because so-and-so and so. And he would say, I love you because so-and-so and so. And she would say, I love you because so-and-so. And after a while, after years went by, they began to say, I love you, with no because on the end of it. Because denotes that a person has something that you love, not that person is the one you love. True? Because there's a difference in if I love you for your money, or if I love you because you're handsome, or if I love you because. Isn't that deep? She said that's deep.
That's Brown Boy.
Oh, Brown Boy, how you love it? Mwah! I missed you last Sunday. I love you. End. That's it.
So dig into it a little bit.
So when you go there, it almost feels like, for me, energetically, it feels like falling off, like falling into a chasm, like you have nothing to hold on to. Like unconditional love envelops you. You fall into it. Yes? And you do have to give yourself to it. And not be trying to demand it be your way, because if you demanded it be your way, it's not unconditional love. And not demand that the other person do this or do that. And so many women are out to change their men.
Oh my God, we just talked about that.
They're out to put...
That was today's discussion.
They're trying to do a rehab job on a man. That's not unconditional love.
That's what somebody told me today.
What did they say?
So, but just to go a little bit into yours, and then we'll go into mine. The thing is that... Hold on. Dig into a little bit of what you're saying, because that is so deep. Like Rambo said, it's so deep. It's so deep that you love just because. So then,
just because.
What is it then?
Just because you showed up.
So what is it then when it's not that?
It is need. Excuse me. And another thing he said is, the opposite of love is lust. So, excuse me, some people say, I'm in love with you when they're really in lust with you. Isn't that profound? Lust seeks to get, right? It's almost the distinction between pleasure and true happiness. There was a doctor I've been watching lately, and he's been talking about the 7 differences between pleasure and happiness. And one of the distinctions between pleasure and happiness is that pleasure is always temporary and happiness is always lasting, right? Pleasure always leads to addiction, because the more we try to fulfill the body's pleasures, the more it just doesn't suffice. Whereas happiness, there's no addiction to happiness. It's simply this beautiful blossoming in the soul, right? Yeah. And the most important thing that applies to this conversation about pleasure versus happiness is that pleasure is always a take You know, what can you do for me? How can you satisfy me? How can you sex me real good? How can you kiss me good like I want it? How can you come and bring me flowers like I want it? And happiness is always about giving. Always. Happiness is always giving. And pleasure is always taking. So when a person says that they're in love with you, if they're really in lust with you, you're not going to feel the true, it's not going to resonate as true unconditional love. It's going to be cloudy, murky, like it has things attached to it, right? Like, have you ever been around people that feels like hooks are kind of attached? Like, get these hooks out of me. I'm not trying to be all hooked up. And I have always been a person that is fierce for freedom. Like, anytime I think I'm locked down, I will come out fighting. Like, that's one of the things that I could never tolerate. So when people put their hooks in you, not wanting you to go anywhere, maybe because they experience abandonment, that too, that's not love. All these things, not love.
Well, let's not say it's not love. Let's say it's not unconditional love. Because the problem is that now we're talking about your issues that you're bringing to it, right? So, let me just ask you. So let me just say one thing. I never have my phone here, and now I do. If you're on the show, stop texting me.
Either, right?
Stop texting me about stuff about the show. Get on here and talk
comment.
to it. Yeah, don't talk to me. Look at all these things. But anyways, I just wanted to show you this. So I don't know if you wanna So I don't know if okay. So but I'm putting my phone aside. Stop texting me. Just comment here.
Mine aside as well.
So the thing is this, is that when we talk about unconditional love, so many people get confused with it, and people want to break up and all this stuff. It just, you have to remember your issues with it and what your issues really are. So I don't want to say it's not love, because some people just don't know how to love unconditionally. Because how can they do that when they don't even love themselves unconditionally?
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and that's really where it starts and where it begins. So I'm going to go to my story today. So today's story was somebody talking to me, and it's really bad because I have both of them. They're both mine. So, and I'm seeing them separately, right? So one person is upset about what the other person did. And what she's thinking is that he doesn't consider what's right or wrong, or what's going to hurt her or not. So I'm telling her, what does it matter? You know what I mean? So her thing was, no, he needs to respect me because this is how I was raised, and I was raised better than that. And I said, well, you can't change him. You're getting what you're getting, so you need to make the decision of either adopt some new coping skills or cut it off or whatever. Why? You want me to just leave him? I love him and da-da-da-da. But if you love him, then why is it that you need to have all these answers and all these responses? She wants to know the details. She wants to figure out what's happening. I said, in the process of you figuring all this out, you're tearing up the relationship and you're messing up what he's doing. He's not even thinking about you or this problem. So now you have this burden on you. You haven't slept. You haven't been able to eat. Meanwhile, he's oblivious to it. And now you want to come and talk to him while he's at work. You know what I mean? Why are you even bringing all this to him? So for me, I went into the unconditional love thing because if you love him unconditionally, then there has to be some point that it's this behavior or this is not a reflection of how he feels for me. Or this issue or behavior is not a reflection of what our relationship is. If we're friends, right, and Valerie, and we have a third friend, who's on here? Jatea? Dr. Jatea, you there? And Julie. And Julie tells me, Valerie said that she can't stand doing a show with you. or whatever she says. I love Val. We have a good relationship. I don't need to ask Val, did you tell Julie this?
I get it.
I don't need to know why did you say it or what happened. I've always done this, but it's not because I love people. It's because, like, I'm just not dealing with all this extra stuff. Because it's unnecessary. Because God has it figured out. So, since I have a relationship with you, for me to have love for you, that means that we've gone through certain things or we're at a certain point. So, I don't need the explanation. It's clear. It's clear that whatever you said, either she misunderstood or you said it for a reason. Or you said it for a reason. So, and whatever the reason is, I trust you. So I don't even need to ask you. So I don't need to go there and then bring. So now when I go there, I'm bringing new drama into our relationship.
That wasn't there before.
That had no reason to go.
I love it. And that sounds like it speaks to giving people the benefit of the doubt as well. Even if you're not in a relationship, even if you're friends. I was listening to Brene Brown, and she said the other day, be generous with people. If you do hear a story like that, rather than getting on, because some people, they jump straight to, I'll cut you. That's right. They go straight there. Like, can you make increments? They just go straight.
Straight to 100. 0 to 100.
Yeah, like that. And one thing she said is, can you be generous in your relationships? Can you give people the benefit of the doubt, even if you don't really have that deep love or that real true love relationship? For all your relationships that are important to you, can you give people the benefit of the doubt? Can you not just jump to, That's, whenever I see that, I know that's my issue. Whenever I see that, it's my issue. When I jump to 100 like that, that's all me and nobody else. If I tell myself the truth.
And for me, I don't see it as even giving the benefit of the doubt all the time. How about that you should have a strong enough connection with God, right? That no person on this earth really can affect your end result at the end of the day.
It's true.
How about that? Because a lot of times we go into things and we want to find out and we want to know and we want to do this. So you want to question, I want to question Val, right? Or I want the details from Val. But when we
never do though.
Because I don't give a damn. Because it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day,
that's not how you flow.
At the end of the day, it's unnecessary. It's irrelevant. Keep moving forward, and things will show. Things will unload. Things will either fall apart or stick together. Like, if you really have faith in something bigger than you, in some being, like, nothing really matters. All of this stuff that we go through, that we want to know the answers to, it doesn't matter. It's like when somebody has a death in the family, you're like, why, God? Why do you... Like, God don't come and say, because I told you so. Or because it was her time. Or because, you know, or God doesn't say, well, look, let me sit you down and let me explain to you. Look, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, you cope with it. You know, you see a counselor, you do whatever it is.
You work through the process.
Because, like we said before, you're 100% in charge of your experience. So you give and you take what you want. That's why, unshakable faith. Unshakable faith. But everybody doesn't have unshakable faith.
True.
So you have to find a way for you to grasp that. For you to, like she said, give the person the benefit of the doubt. For me, it's like, I'll find out when it's time. You know what I mean? And when I do find out, then I'm going to do what I want when I feel like it. You know what I mean? How about you digging deep into yourself and feeling secure in yourself and in your decision making? Because it doesn't matter what you really do, you're going to be better off okay with what you can handle. If you can't handle him doing whatever it was that he did, you're going to have to either find a way to deal with it or just cut him off. Or just get out of it. You know what I mean? But I love him. If you loved him, this would be different. So, what this tells me is that you have some issues that are unresolved with what he's doing or what he's going through. And you can't change people. Okay?
You cannot change people.
So what happens when you change or when you have these discussions? And this is why I'm not big on the whole discussion thing, because things are going to be how they want to be. So now, let's suppose it's that you don't want him drinking tea. There's something bigger, but let's suppose it's that. So now, you're saying, I'm leaving if you don't stop drinking tea. So now he stops drinking tea because I love you, but you think that's really going to last?
No.
When you turn around, he's going to be like... So
like
if that's really that serious, then you don't need to be with that person. It's okay. It's alright. You know, because things will be organic. And I'm not telling you don't work on your relationship. I'm not saying don't work on it. I'm not saying you don't have... But you don't have to know all the answers to everything at all times. Because guess what? He probably didn't know the answers either. He didn't know what was going on. And he might not know the answer. So why, again, we're relying on another man, another being? So now I want to ask Valerie, why did you tell Julie that you'd hate doing the show with me? She might not remember. She might give me an answer because she thinks that's what I want to hear. She might be like, oh my God, the wizard might, I don't want him to be upset. Or whatever it is. That's not going to be you, but I'm giving an example. So why even go there? It will show. If she doesn't want to do the show, it will show throughout time. If he doesn't want to be with you or he's not belonging to you throughout time, it will happen. If not, there'll be nothing that destroys that. Not distance, not any issues, not any problems, not any, not anything. Not what he's done, not what the neighbors did, not what the neighbor said, not what you thought he did, not what you thought you saw, not what you, none of it. None of it
will matter.
None of it's going to matter. Things are going to happen how they go. So how about if you can't deal with that, just deal with your issue with what's going on. Because if you don't have that clarity, at least love yourself enough to be like, well, I'm not losing sleep over this. You know what I mean? Or I'm not going to have a heart attack over this. Or I'm not going to be insecure looking over my back. So figure that out, because that's the real issue. You're the real issue.
Shoo! And why is it so important to me for him to not drink tea? I'm not the one drinking the tea. He's the one drinking the tea. It's his body. It's like I told my daughter the other day. We were having a conversation about boundaries, which love has beautiful boundaries, right? And one of the boundaries that I set in when I was married way back when to Veronica's dad was he was a smoker. I never smoked in my life. I thought it was just pretty disgusting, right? That's just my opinion. No hate on anybody that smokes, but he's a smoker. And so whenever we get in the car, the kids would be in the back. Veronica would be in her, just about 3 years old. She would be in the car seat. And he would open the door, and we used to take these long drives down to Virginia because his family's in Virginia, right? So he would open the window like a crack in the window, light up a cigarette while he's still driving because he wants to get there fast, and be having the cigarette like out the window, and every so often take a puff but blow it out the window. Now what he is not realizing is that all of us are still smelling the smoke, right? Just because you have the window cracked and to a non-smoker, that's still you're in the car with a smoker, right? Because non-smokers are very sensitive, and my nose is very sensitive to stuff, right? So that wasn't working for me. So I said a few times, would you mind pulling over? Because is that funny?
I can hear you doing that. It might be better if you pull over.
Yeah, would you mind pulling over? And then you can smoke, take your time. We'll sit in the car, wait for you, no problem. Yeah. And he was like, we got to get there. We got to get there. So then I said, what am I going to do about this? I'm not going to keep asking that question because I've already got a response, right? I'm not beating a dead horse, and I'm not getting results. I'm not getting the result I desire, right? Mm-hmm. This is what I decided. Prayer and everything. Let me set a boundary. Here was the boundary, and the boundary always has to be communicated, right? Here's the boundary. I said, I understand. This is a conversation I had with him. I understand you're a smoker. Been like that. You were like that when I met you, so I can't complain. Right? I can't complain now. It wasn't like he started smoking after we got together.
You could complain.
I knew I could complain if I wanted to, but I knew he was a smoker when he started. Right? So I didn't want to be negative about smoking. However, I said, this is what we're going to do. When we go down to Virginia, if you'd like to smoke, I will take the kids in my car and we'll meet you in Virginia. Because I'm not going to be in a car with smoke anymore.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at your mother's. We're going to his mother's. And we're all in the car with him. He had this big SUV. Like a what do you call it? A 3-row SUV. It was a big SUV. And I had my lovely Lexus. The next time we went to Virginia, he was in his vehicle on his own. I was in my lovely Lexus, smelling good, spritzed up, lovely leather seats, having a beautiful time with the children, drove down to Virginia, met him at his mom's house, and then I went back. I left when I felt like it. How many times do you think I did that?
One time.
Next time, he was like, come on, y'all come in the car with me. Oh, remember, we want to give you space to smoke. I didn't say, I didn't go that route. We want to give you space to smoke. He said, no, I'm going to pull over. I said, oh, we're in business. And the goddess whipped that one up. And there was no arguing. There was no back and forth. Mm-hmm. There was none of that. Yeah. It was all quite peaceful. Boundaries. Mm-hmm. Boundaries.
And that is the biggest part of it. And that's why I tell people, just do what you want. And just say what you want.
Yeah.
Like you said, you he was smoking, so you don't want to complain.
Yeah.
I would tell him anyways. I mean, you did it the right way, obviously, and it worked. You know what I mean? But I just really believe just being open.
Yeah.
And so what? You know what I mean? Take no prisoners. Just say what you want. No, I don't want this, or no, I just want to sleep with you, or no, I just want, because it saves a headache. It saves the lies. Like these games never last. Lying for me is oh my gosh, a procrastination of the truth. I always say that. Lying is a procrastination of the truth.
This is coming out one day.
Exactly, and save me the favor and the drama.
And the time.
Yeah,
we got better things to do with our lives.
Yeah. It's just like I told the person. Said, actually, she was like, I don't know if you're a good counselor. I was like, well, go find a good counselor.
Right.
Because I don't have time. First of all, you're over your time.
Oh, wow.
And you don't want to be helped. So I'm not here to listen to your stuff. Counselors are there to listen. But if you're coaching somebody or really trying to help them, we're here to work, or if not, keep it moving.
Okay.
All right? And I got that sentence from you.
Hello.
Because I'm like, why would you help them, Val? They paying anyways. You're like, no, we don't got time for that. I was like, okay. We don't got time for that. All right? Okay, bye. So it's no. If you want the help, let's do the work. If not, then, just stay with what you're doing, or go talk to somebody else. Somebody will listen to you. But I already know what's going on, and I'm telling you, but you're not letting me talk, because I know the direction you're going in. Okay, what was I going to say? You were going to say this, and that. Okay, but that's relevant. It's irrelevant, because the problem is this, and you're talking about all of this and what you've done. That's your guilt. That's your ego talking. That's all irrelevant to the issue. There's one issue and there's one solution, and that's it. Either you do it or you don't. And if you don't, then you have to deal with whatever it is that you have to deal with. So you're going to have to develop some coping skills with that, Like you might have to put on a gas mask or something. If you don't want the cigarette smells, gas masks, colognes, put a plastic bag over yourself. I don't know, whatever it was.
Cotton to your nose or something.
Whatever it was. So let's talk about I don't know why
something else came to me about that.
Something sexual came up in my mind earlier. I don't know what happened.
What was it about? Is
I
it
know, it's
not
about
liberty
sex.
to share?
It's about this and related to sex and other things. But go ahead. What were you saying? Something else? What?
When you were speaking about people being all around here talking about their guilt, their da 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 da. As a coach, coaches are concerned with movement. You ain't gonna talk about it. You gonna be about it. So what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Are you moving? Because if you really want to change, people that really want to change, they don't talk about it. They move their feet.
Mm-hmm.
But people that want to blah, 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 they just talk. That's how you know they ain't doing nothing. That's how you know they ain't about nothing. Because they keep talking. However, when you are really looking for a change and you are on it and you are about it, you don't talk a lot. You move. Isn't that the truth?
So, how does that relate? And I'm telling you, ooh, do you hear that? How does that relate? And I'm telling you, no, it's like a buzzing thing. How does that relate to monogamy and I don't know where I'm going.
I got something to say about that. We started that conversation on the hallway to get the tea. I got a lot to say.
How does it relate to being monogamous or sexuality and everything? Because if we're talking about that, and if we're saying unconditional love is loving the person for who they are, and it sounds like there's a disconnect between the earthly version and the godly version. So then, how do we relate this to partners, to sexuality, to everything else?
I'm going to say something very bizarre here.
I took you right where you wanted to go.
Oh, come on. I believe that if you really, really, really love someone, and there is something that they really, really want to do, then you would want that for them. So, for instance, I know this is going to sound so strange, but for instance, let's say you have a mate, and you know your mate really, really, I had a client like this. Her husband really, really, really wanted another wife. He loved her. He wanted her for his wife. They had kids together, and he wanted another wife. Now, she was, no. She was completely not with the idea at all. And I believe if you really love that person, and the love is without attachments and without conditions, if that person wants to have another wife and you explore, you talk about it and you explore it, and this wasn't something he gave up. It wasn't some whim. I want another wife. And then it went away after a month or two, like, I got one wife, that's enough. Why would Solomon want 1,000, right? He had 1,000 concubines, didn't he? But this wasn't something that went away. Like, they kept dealing with this over and over and over again. And she said, why? He said, because I just love the variety. And I applaud him. You know why I applaud him? He was being so honest and upfront with her. And it never felt to me like he was trying to be anything other than honest and upfront and sharing with her exactly where he was coming from. She wasn't having it. So I believe if you truly love someone, this is the truth. A penis going into a vagina is a penis going into a vagina. But people make so much of that. He doesn't love me, da-da-da-da-da. Perhaps it could be getting sex confused with marriage. Perhaps it could be. However, what if your mate truly, truly, truly wanted to go to Brazil and love a Brazilian woman for a weekend? And what if he told you that? Or she told you that? It doesn't have to be a he. It could be a she. Why are we so clenched on? I used to be like that too, kind of, without letting people, I'm not talking about just free sex everywhere all the time.
You know?
No. Like, there's something to be said for, if that's something you really want, it keeps coming up over and over and over, and you continue talking about it, there's something to be said for having that experience. Maybe if you love them so much, if I love a person and they love chocolate cake. Wouldn't I find, and that's like their favorite, and when their birthday comes around, maybe they don't eat chocolate cake all the time. I know it's not keto. But when their birthday comes, I make this special chocolate cake for them, right? With the ganache and everything exactly the way they love it. And they're like, oh, and then people get tears in their eyes because of that. It's not about the chocolate cake. It's about that I love you so much. I got myself out of the way. Maybe I didn't feel like making a chocolate cake, but I went selflessness. I took myself out of the equation and only thought about this person and this cake and how much they're going to enjoy it. And don't you feel so good when you're doing that? But how come people don't do it with sex? I think this world would be a lot freer and happier if we did.
So what would make it okay with you, though?
What would make what okay with me if...
Okay, the Brazil thing.
Yeah.
What would make it
okay? A lot of
okay?
men want to do that. A lot of men do it, but they lie.
This is my thing with that. Is that, well, one, I feel different about a penis going in a vagina than a vagina going up. I feel different because the man is giving and the woman is receiving. And it's not because I'm a man that... Because what am I giving? If I'm throwing it in a vagina, I could have no emotions or no nothing. But if you're receiving, you know, so I'm just throwing it out. I'm throwing it in and I'm getting out. But if you're receiving it, you're receiving whatever they're throwing in you.
Yes.
So for me, the problem would be who is throwing it in there and can I do a check? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he okay? Is it aligned? Or, like, that would be my problem. So if you want to go to Brazil and bang out 20 Brazilian men, I'm going to be like, well, that's cool. But I might not be here. Because but then the thing is that then that means you have a problem as well. Or I would have a problem as well. Because then that means I don't even trust you like that. To know what penis you should have or not. So then that's another question and another problem then.
That is a problem.
So then
because
it's
if
like,
you don't know, what
so
to
then it's like,
yeah.
or not even if you don't know, the problem is if you don't feel comfortable with what she knows, then should you really even be with her then, right? That's like a double problem.
That is a big problem.
So tell me about what would make it okay for somebody to do that? For you, me, when you talked about the man going to Brazil. Because an experience is an experience. And I hate when guys say...
I'm having a deja vu.
I hate when guys talk about, well, no, I can't believe she slept with. How many men you slept with? Like, come on, are you serious?
What does that mean?
Like, exactly. Or like, she slept with somebody and she had 10 partners before you. So it's just one more or two more or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, don't look at that. You know? Or like, we've talked about it. Like, what if so-and-so cheated? Or what if your partner cheated? I'm not worried about that you slept with somebody. I want to know more or less like, all right, what was it? Was it just an experience? Am I not satisfying you? What is it really that's has you doing that? Because I think that's really where it would be at. And we've talked about it before about your intentions. You know, your intentions spiritually and with the experience, period.
Yes, indeed.
Greetings by Xanadu. How you doing? She said, hi, Reverend Val.
How are you?
What's up? She's over there. she's like,
why am I looking at you? Thank you for that.
Camera one.
Right. OMG. I'm making some assumptions here, so let me not make assumptions. Let me start at the beginning. I am coming from a place of having a relationship with a person who is on the same tip as you. So in other words, if you are a spiritually mature person, I feel like God didn't make people to be monogamous. That's just my own sense and feeling about it. God made people to have varieties. Now, there are, they say, probably about 25% of the people in the world that will stay monogamous all their lives, right? They'll get married to that one high school sweetheart. That cherry will be broken on that honeymoon, and they're gonna bust that nut on the honeymoon, and then they're gonna be together to 75, 80. God, death do us part. That is a portion of the population. I believe that's a small portion of the population, and that more of the population is actually sleeping around with a lot more people than anybody's talking about. And I would love for there to be this open, honest dialogue about my desires, your desires, and honoring it in a way that's self-respecting and that is loving. I remember talking to Manifest Ron. He was talking about this. And he was saying that, if you sleep with the inappropriate person as a high vibration energy person, you're going to have to do all kinds of baths afterwards. You're going to have to do you might have to cast a circle, get some salt, get some stuff for the yoni. You're going to have to just do a lot of extra stuff that you wouldn't be doing if you were with a person vibing, right? Right in the God zone, right? And trust me, when you vibe in the God zone, all this stuff about you can only sleep with me, that stuff all starts to go out the window.
How about the people that don't want that?
They don't want
to sleep with anybody.
They don't have to. Yeah, if you don't want to sleep with anybody else.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. So I've always thought this as well. And I used to talk about this before I went into spirituality, but it's still valid. It's not invalid. So how about the people? All right, I'll use me as an example. When I was younger, there was no way I was going to have one partner. It was just,
right.
It was just, I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about anyone as far as, I cared about baseball and my family. My mom, my sister, everybody else was like, you fit in where you get in. And we can get it in. But I don't know.
On Sunday, and Monday is you.
So there was one point in my life that you meet somebody and like you don't need anything else. Mm-hmm. So people thought I was crazy because I didn't want anything. I didn't do anything. Or how about that? How about the people that are fully satisfied, right, and don't need anything? So now what we could look at is...
That's beautiful.
What we could look at is, so is there something wrong in your relationship if you want to sleep around with other people and other stuff? Is there something really missing? Because just like when we pray to God or we love God, you don't need anybody else or anything else.
No.
See?
It's complete, it's full.
See? Yeah. So now when you're praying like, I want this Mercedes or I want this or I want, and you don't get it, you don't go, damn you, God! I'm getting somebody else.
I quit you, God.
I need another God to pray to.
I need a different God.
Yeah.
Because this one ain't doing what I want him to do.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying to the God of the vaginas. He gonna bring it in abundance.
To get a new deity.
Yeah. So what about that? What about that then? What about that self-examination?
I actually love that self-examination. Absolutely. And I love when if both people are fulfilled, beautiful. Stay right there.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, why can't we say that there might be something wrong in the relationship or in the persons of people that want to do the opposite?
Oh.
Because when you mentioned the men that go to Brazil, there was a time where a lot of my frat brothers and friends or whatever, that was the thing.
Yeah,
that was the trip.
Mm-hmm.
That was the trip.
Mm-hmm.
For many reasons. Brazilian women are great. They're good looking, whatever. And one of the things,
cook you up breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, and one of the things I
found...
And
then don't talk back. So, like I'm doing right now, just talking too much.
And one of the things that I found was that in Brazil, the men out there, they don't even like the women once they're like 25 or something, or in their age.
Wow.
And for Americans, they're like, she's in her prime.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So they loved it because there was a lot of them that nobody wanted. And the ones going there wanted them. So it added up.
It's
you know
perfect balance, right?
Read this while I talk. So, because she said a couple things.
Yeah, there's a few different...
she started from up here somewhere.
Up here? Oh, I see.
So I guess... So I could understand that. Part of my French grown folks talk. So what I'm saying is, when my friends did that, there's some of them that are married now, and that they don't go out, they don't do anything. I have one particular friend that's married, and if she's not going with him, he's not going anywhere. I remember, I think when I came back, I said, yo, we doing this, and that. He's like, can she come? Because if she don't go, I ain't going. I'm like, that's how she's doing you? He's like, no, I just don't do that. Now, this is somebody that was running around like me.
Oh, when he was younger?
A little bit younger.
Like yesterday?
No. They've been married longer than that.
Okay.
But, you know, and so why can we not look at the reasoning behind it for the individual? You know what I mean? Or even the people that think that, then what process did they go through that they've gotten to that? Because I could see somebody just being sick of being married and all this other stuff that they've gone through. 20 years of marriage, 30 years, and now they're like, man, the hell with it. I do what I want with whoever I want, when I want.
Whenever.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what say you about that?
I like something that Xanadu said about it. That sometimes when people have the freedom to move around, they actually don't. And that's powerful because whenever somebody tells me you on lockdown, what's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to either tell them, you're tripping and leave. Or I'm going to run out there. In my more immature days, I would have just ran out there and did whatever I felt like doing. Because you're not going to tell me what to do and you're not locking me down. That was the rebel in me.
In your immature days?
In my immature days.
I do that in my mature days. I do it on purpose. Like, we either going to grow or break up from this one.
Because I'm going to do what I feel like doing. And I believe everyone should have that freedom. I don't have the lock and key to anyone's penis. And no one has the lock and key to my vagina except me. People find that a little difficult. If we're in a relationship and we have made agreements and we have made, or what's the word? We have a soul pact, right? Could be a soul pact that you know you're to be in this relationship. You know it. Then you may voluntarily say, I give myself to this relationship, or I do this, or I do that. That's your own choice, not because someone is pressing you to be this, be that, be the other. But all of this really has to be around powerful conversation with people who are in loving, trusting relationship with each other. Just tell the truth. So many people tipping. I think just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. I don't know. Am I off on this or what?
I don't think you're off for now. I was just wondering, Xanadu, you're so funny.
Xanadu has some good comments.
Xanadu, the last comment you made about he respects her and maybe he doesn't trust himself not to be tempted. Whatever it is, sounds like they have a system that works. I don't think this is his situation or his case. I think he's just honestly fulfilled. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
And he's fulfilled, and or the risk of losing what he has
is too great.
It's greater than the thrill. Than the thrill that he might have.
Fun.
Yeah, because
that's true. Might have, because you don't know if it's gonna be good or not.
You're right. You're right. And that's the worst part of it too. You're like,
you did all this stuff to tip around, right? And then you get there, it's like, well, that was underwhelming. And then,
so I think that the point of that at that point is, at some point, it still gels to him not wanting to do anything because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He is happy. He's a happy man.
Yeah. So it still boils down to that. So I just wonder what people actually do or process that as. You know what I mean? Because for me, I'm always trying to find an issue that I can do, that I can resolve.
Unravel.
So, yeah, so that, or just to dig into. You know, like if you tell me what not to do, like you said in your immature age, I do that now. Because if you're not for me, I'd rather know now. Just let me know now. Let me find out now.
Let me pick it.
I'm going to keep picking at it. If you leave, you leave. I don't really care. I'll suffer.
That means you wasn't the one for me.
Yeah, I might suffer. I might be depressed, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Because I just have to get over it. Yeah.
Yeah, get over it. And unconditional love doesn't do this. It does this. It's always giving. So it's not trying to take. It's not trying to hold. It doesn't have any attachments at all. Those attachments are hard. That's a hard one for me.
Let's talk about attachments because that's where it's really at.
That's a hard one. Mm-hmm.
That's really where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I think is a perfect relationship. Whether you're together or not, or whether it's your friend, or whether it's whatever. If I don't see you, Val, for 6 months or a year, and we don't talk, and I see you, nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Those are real relationships.
I love those relationships.
Yeah, those are real.
Because I don't have time to play the game of, why you
Where
call?
you been?
Where you been?
What you up to?
Yada, yada. Yeah, yeah. If you guys have a sexual relationship and you see each other in 3 months, what has changed?
Nothing.
That you're like, you just see me and you just want to put it in? Like, that's what we did 3 months ago. Like, that's our relationship. You know what I mean? That's our relationship. Like, I don't get it.
They talk about that in Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. They say that men are rubber bands and women are, I forget what they call it, but anyway, men are rubber bands. Like, when they come right back, it's back to the same thing. They just pick up where they left off. And women are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I haven't seen you in 3 months. We got like you got to work your way back.
But part of it is not. Part of it is just how men think. We had a conversation, and one of my people said, he was like this. He's like, that's because we pit bulls, we dogs, no matter what. And he said something, and I started laughing. I was like, he is telling these girls, these women, this. He's right, but he's so funny. He's like, it don't matter how old, how long it's been. If I, excuse my language, if I slept with you, I'm going to say that. If I effed you, I believe in my heart and soul that I can F you whenever I want.
Oh,
he's
what?
Like, I don't care if I effed you in high school. What? And you're 39. If I see you with your man and I'm with my boys, I'm going to tell my boys like, yeah, I can hit that when I want. And your man's walking and he knows I'm thinking that.
Oh, so, is he wrong or right?
There's a lot of truth to that. And that's why men are like rubber bands. Because it ain't even about. If any
of my exes came back now, I would be like, get out the garlic.
But you know what though?
What?
When he was saying that, I was thinking about it and I was like,
maybe that is true.
I was like, yeah, I definitely think that. I definitely believe that. And I be thinking it's because I'm special.
Oh, yes.
So
ooh, what's that about? Ego?
When he said that, I was like, he's crazy. And then I was like, I could definitely do that, though.
But he can't.
I could definitely do that, though. I could definitely do that, though.
No, but you probably could.
I definitely do that, though. But I looked at him like,
dude, you can't.
Everybody can.
No,
well, he probably could, too.
He probably could? Oh, yeah.
Okay. His next line was, somebody's like, he was like, I'm sick. And then he was like, my mom used to tell me, you sick. You got a sickness. He's like, I got to get my rocks off. And I believe I can do it. And then my name came up. He was like, I'm sick, but him? You lucky you didn't catch him in high school, in college. Because he wasn't sick. He was the sickness. He was on another level of sickness. Like, he was the sickness. Like, he infected all of us. We all had to do it because he came. But
they had it, but you were it.
Yeah, exactly. And they had it because I was in, because I done brought it. But he's right to a big part of it.
Really?
That's how men think.
Oh, that's how they think.
And we're talking about as a whole.
Okay.
You know, because I'm not into that. That's why a lot of times I say, like, look, I ain't friends with a lot of guys. I just can't do it. Yeah. You know, most of my guy friends, they're going to be gay or very mature because I'm in touch with my feminine side. I'm in touch with feelings. I'm in touch with... That's why I love you too, Brown Bro. I love Brown Boy. Brown Boy knows.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I need to have that interaction. That's why my friends are mostly women because... That's how I function as far as, not sexuality, but as far as like my day-to-day. I might not be as organized as most women, but we know that. But,
you are in touch with the feminine aspect of your being, for sure.
So for men, now we got to look at what exactly is that they're actually going through with that unconditional love stuff. Because when you're raised like a dog, you know what I mean? Like, what else do you know? So now, if you sleeping around, that doesn't mean you don't love her.
It doesn't.
That means you're getting your rocks off.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's why, for me, you need to investigate that. You need to investigate what is it really about and blah, 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 blah. So unconditional love looks different to everybody. You can't put it in a box. You can't call me talking about, if he loved me, he would do this.
That's not true.
That's not what he might be seeing.
Yeah. It's not true. And you know, in that book, The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, I love that book because in it he talks about everybody, same like in the Four Agreements, everyone is only acting from their own right? Whatever I'm doing. And it never has anything to do with you. It never has anything to do with the other person. They're acting from this. Even when they think they're doing something for the other person, they're still doing it from their consciousness of what they think about the other person. So it's never about the other person. It's always about what's going on inside of self, our own being, our own consciousness. And if we master this, we master the universe.
Samuel said exactly. That is what gets me. That you don't love me if... Shake my head. Oh, well, I guess I don't then. LOL. You sound like me. That's what I'll be doing.
Maybe I don't love you because if someone's...
I guess I don't.
Right, maybe I don't.
I don't have time to explain it to you.
Thank you for pointing it out.
I was unaware.
Peace.
I was unaware of that. I didn't love you. Thank you so much. And I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking in my head, if you that stupid... that I'm dumber to be in love with somebody that's stupid. Because if you can't see what I'm doing or how I'm feeling, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And people get offended, but go ahead.
And you know if people love you, and you know how they love you. You know if people love you, and you know how they love you. Everybody knows it inside themselves.
How about this?
True?
How about who cares if they love you?
True.
How about who cares if somebody... Because we so get caught up in being a detective. You know what I'm saying? Being a detective, being a follower, being a scam artist. Like, who cares? How about you just be happy?
Hey!
Somebody
I can do that.
Somebody that doesn't love you might love you better than... Might make you happy or love you better than somebody who loves you. Because everybody's way of loving is different. And if it doesn't fit you, it doesn't matter how much they love you. You know, I used to have clients that were being abused physically, mentally, or whatever. And it's like, but he loves me. He does it because he loves me. Or I do it because I love her. If I didn't love her, I wouldn't get this angry. Well, shit, that's not what she wants, though. You got to marry a punching bag.
Yeah.
The punching bag wants that. She doesn't want that. She don't want that. You know what I mean? So, like, who cares about that? People gonna love people. You don't love just one person. You love multiple people.
It's true.
You love your cousins differently. You love your sister. You love your brother. You love your friends. You love your closer friends. I have friends. I have people in Wakaya that I love. I have people in my circle that I love. I have people that are clients that I love. But it is all different kind of loves.
All different kinds of love. And I will also say that I have experienced that people say they love the person unconditionally, and they really want to, and they have good intentions, but they do not love themselves. So how can they love me? The same thing happened in my relationship with former relationship. As I was talking about, he was a smoker, right? Coughing, having issues. For me, I would ask, to myself, does this look like self-love? Or does this look like, for me, self-love means I am going to handle whatever needs to be handled within myself so that I can create the best life, the best God has for me, because I love myself enough to have God's very best. But when you look at people and they abuse their own bodies, how can they love you? So it's like Maya Angelou said, I don't trust people who say they love me but don't love themselves. So while I'm over here loving myself, it doesn't matter whether you love me or not. I'm going to love myself, but I'm also going to be observing, do you love yourself?
So Xanadu, I'm going to go back to Brown Boy, but Xanadu made a comment. She said, it's like it reminds her of the 5 love languages.
Yeah.
And you said, well, have you taken that No.
Oh, no?
I'm saying that.
We talked about that on the show. We did a show.
Yeah, I typed it to her.
Oh, cool.
So I'm not saying what you're saying is not. What I'm saying is that what I'm talking about and what we're talking about now, about being happy and all that, I'm not connecting to the 5 love languages because of this. Hold on. Love is like water. I'll get to your thing. It never looks the same. You're right, Xanadu. But this is what I'm talking about. The 5 love languages is talking about how to love somebody and how to show it. Right? What I'm saying is,
how you express it.
What I'm saying is, who gives a shit?
Woo!
What I'm saying is, who gives a damn? How about you just be happy? How about this? How about if you can't make me happy, then you really don't give a damn. Or if you make me happy, then I don't really care if you love me or not, because this is where we're at and it's cool. And I'm happy. If we're going to fall in love and we're going to be together, it's going to happen. If not, it'll be somebody else. I love the 5 love languages, but I'm not running through that with somebody. You said I'm a savage. I'm not running through the 5 love languages with you for 4 or 5 years. You know? I'm not.
There goes that face.
I'm not.
When he's not having it, he does that.
I'm not having it.
Not having
because guess what? When there's times that I've been in that situation, and as wild as I was, my ass got tamed down. Not because she tamed me, not because they told me this is what a relationship is, because I innately, inside of my heart, wanted to do the right things. And it wasn't even about, well, relationships where you have to stay home. It was like, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
It was like, she likes foot massages. I hate that shit. But I want her to be happy.
Yeah.
I love her. She gives me so much. Let me do this for her.
Yeah.
What can I do for her? You're going to be looking for ways. So I don't need to show you the love language because you're going to be looking for the languages. And you're gonna give me signs. Oh, my foot hurt. I love foot massages. You know what I mean? When guys don't do it, it's not because they don't know. It's because they don't give a shit.
Look at that.
Or they don't want to. So if you don't give a damn to give me what I need or what I want, thank you very much. We don't need to have this conversation.
Because you just showed me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there are exceptions where you have a bunch of fools, which we're usually the fools because we can't process or reflect. But even if that's the case, then it's not the right time for that fool to be with you.
Ooh.
It's not the right time. And we get so caught up on like, But there's so much potential.
But I love him.
But you can't unlock that potential because you got a damn different key. You got the wrong damn key. You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
Yeah, because I've said it. There's some women that they can't even get a smile out of me. You know what I'm saying? And they can't. And it's not because I'm a bad guy. It's like, you got the wrong key, baby.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And you smile at everybody pretty much.
I had that
so
lot.
They can't even get a smile out of you.
That key's from 1992. We were in 2017. But explain that to me. Unless you're my coaching client, I'm not really gonna go into all that. We not going. I can't spend 30 minutes on that right now because I already know you're not in a place to get it. So now I'm gonna have to refresh your memory and all that, and then teach you it, and then bring back what I told you the first 30 minutes because you got lost. We're
not going there.
The timing and what's working and not is really the key thing.
Wow.
I think some of the happiest people are people that are mentally unstable or just crazy. Because they don't care.
They don't know.
They're living in the right now.
Yeah.
If you hit them with water, they'll be like, oh no. And then they just, let me get my laptop.
What's that up there?
They're still soaking wet. But the shock passed. They don't know what's going on. No. They've moved on. And they're happy. You know what I'm saying? I've had people that I've done business with, and I'm like, this person knows nothing about business, but I don't know how things just work out for him.
Oh yeah,
and
Forrest Gump.
And he's not praying or meditating, but so what is going on?
Neither was Forrest Gump.
I'm like, God, I'm down here too next to this fool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm working hard.
I'm running around like crazy, and I'm getting similar results, but he's getting the same results without doing all this.
Any of that.
Because it's all about following your bliss, following your happiness. If it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, goodbye. Not like, oh, they just shot.
That's simple.
They shot me with a needle. I'm going to take another chance, though, because I can't get rid of this needle. Because I'm just going to hope that he shoots me a little more to the right. I'm a little left to the right. Oh, he went left. Let me turn to this arm. Maybe
he won't shoot me in this arm again.
So that's when we get caught, because we get caught up in our stuff and our drama. Yeah. We believe it or not. So I don't know.
Forrest Gump was like that. He lived, didn't he? He lived totally on synchronicity and totally what he felt like doing in the moment. He felt like running, he just started running. Remember, he was running across the whole country. They gave him that shirt. They said, can you wipe your face with the shirt? He wiped his face with the shirt and gave it back to him. It was a smiley face. Then they went and made a whole smiley face industry from Forrest Gump. Then Forrest Gump was sitting there telling his story. He said, then I got invited to the White House again. It's like he went to the White House twice.
Twice, 3 times, twice.
Like Forrest Gump. And he loved playing ping pong. He was just good at it. So he just kept playing it and kept playing it and kept playing it. Next thing you know, they invited me to the championships. Yeah, and I won that too. Again.
It was pretty nice.
They sent him the stock for Apple. Would you like to? He said, I bought some few of them little Apple shares. And now I'm richer than God. He said, all this stuff was just happening just like that. Oh my God, I love Forrest Gump because he wasn't thinking about anything, right? Mm-hmm. And wasn't he so in love with with Jenny? Jenny. And wasn't his love so faithful? That's unconditional love that he had for Jenny. Because he came and scooped her up no matter what was happening in Jenny's life. Jenny was out there. She felt like Jenny was getting her life. Was Jenny, and every time.
That was his first piece, though. That's the other part of it.
And remember when they were little on the school bus? This seat is taken. This seat is taken. And Jenny said, you can sit here if you want. Jenny. Oh, my God. He said me and Jenny was like peas and carrots. Don't you love that?
Jenny was all outdoors tripping.
Was she? Jenny would have got AIDS and everything. He had to take care of her, and he buried her. He took good care of Jenny.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
To her deathbed.
That was, but that's
unconditional love.
But the thing is that's how crazy we have to be. And I'm saying crazy.
Mindless, like Forrest Gump.
There
right?
it goes, mindless. I'm saying crazy because that's just the society we live in, but
Thinks
because
that's
we're like,
crazy.
oh, he was crazy. Like that wasn't crazy. Like this dude lived his life, and he lived a better life than many people. A full life. Yeah.
Winning championships, got a Purple Heart from the from the war.
Done threw motherfuckers on his
Bubba.
It was fried shrimp, coconut shrimp, ostrich shrimp, orange shrimp, mango shrimp, tip shrimp, dirt shrimp, green shrimp, purple shrimp, bubba shrimp, fire shrimp, purple shrimp. Like,
well, Bubba wanted to be a shrimp boat captain, and he went and got the shrimping boat. He was true to his word. He said, Bubba said, we're going to get a shrimping boat. So I went and got a shrimping boat. Bubba died. You didn't have to still do it.
Exactly. He's gone.
Right. You can live your own life. But it was so beautiful that he went and gave Bubba's mother all that money. And next thing you know, she was sitting in a fly house, right? He went and gave her half the money just like him and Bubba had decided. He was so simple. It was, what are you, stupid or something? Stupid is and stupid does. Like, so simple. I love Forrest Gump. That's how to live life.
We need to do a video on that.
On Forrest Gump.
Live just like Forrest.
Spirituality of Forrest Gump.
Tapping into
Forrest
the unknown.
Gump path.
Tapping into the unknown.
He totally lived by synchronicity. He wasn't trying, Lieutenant Dan. He was just in New York, and all of a sudden sees Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan, get away from me, Forrest. He's breaking. My life is over. Get out of here. It's New Year's Eve, Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant, none of those people wanted to hear from Forrest, but he would not stop, and eventually he won them all over, didn't he?
Yeah.
He won them all over.
And that's a big thing that I thought about as well. She said eventually he won him over. Do y'all think he sat on that shrimp until his son got home from school? Yeah, he probably did. Asking for a friend. So the thing is that he won them all over.
He did.
But that can happen. That's why sometimes it kills me when I have people that they're in relationships and they're like, well, should I leave him? Should I not? Like, I can't answer that. Like, you really have to see, like, how happy can you be, or how happy are you? Is this something that's okay with you with nothing attached to it? Without you saying, I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to leave the kids. I don't want to be without the kid. Is it something that you can be fine with for the rest of your life forever? This same situation, can you be okay with it forever? Wow. Right? Because the thing is that you don't know what's going to happen when. I've seen relationships that are horrible at the beginning and they pan out. You know what I mean? People change, people make changes. And I don't believe that people change. It's that circumstances change. And it changes the relationship. Circumstances change. Now I value what I have. Oh, now I see what I first had and didn't know about it. Now I know this is good. You know what I mean? And it's not like you just don't want to see it. It's just that just might not be the time for your life. And like you need to decide, is this making me happy? Can I stay in this? And that's why if we do like Forrest, okay, of your parents' relationship, tell us about it, Brown Boy. We'll talk about it a little bit. So if you do like Forrest and just live your life happy, unaware that people don't like you, unaware that you have special needs, not even acknowledging it. Like his life was blissful, very blissful. Yeah. So and the Lieutenant Dan scene was huge because it's like, how am I like this and you're like that? Right. And Lieutenant Dan was suffering. Yeah, oh my goodness, he was suffering. Yeah. Yeah. So that's like a big part of the unconditional love. That I feel that it's more really about you. Come easy. We talking about sex or we talking about... Where did that come from? Where did we go? Where are we going now? Sorry, it's 1 a.m. It's 1:18. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. We need to end the show. Good Lord, we've been on for 90 minutes, 89 minutes. Yeah, but it didn't really count. So that's really where it's at. For me, the unconditional love really is, it comes from where you're at. You know what I mean? Because if you're in a place that you're in bliss, your love is going to be unconditional.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in a place, like when you praise God and you're all about God,
yes.
like you don't give a dag on what's happening.
It's true. You
don't
gone
care.
in another dimension.
You don't care who said what. You don't care that God wasn't there when you needed him, or you be making up excuses like, well, God just said it ain't my time. No, your ass couldn't see the signs. That's what it is. But you will cover it all up. Your wife cheated on you. You're like, she still loved me though. You don't when you love unconditionally, you don't care about any of that. Sure. And what's crazy about it is that in a sense, it's like a dance a little bit with selfishness.
Ah, wow.
Right?
Really?
Well, I don't know really. I'm just thinking that it just sounds like there could be a dance with selfishness, which is because even in selflessness, I believe there's some selfishness because as people, as beings, we're survivors, right? Mm-hmm. So even when we're selfless, we're still feeding our soul and ourselves because we want that. So when I do something selfless for you, it makes me feel good. If not, I wouldn't do it.
That's true. Wow.
Damn, I should have been a philosopher.
Socrates, Plato.
Say something stupid.
Say it.
Say something stupid. Let me see if I can make sense of it.
I don't have anything stupid to say.
I know you don't. I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. But
that is so true.
Gotti, where you at, Gotti?
Gotti
says she loves. Gotti says she loves the purple.
Oh, thank you! In honor of my mama.
Yeah.
My mama. That was her favorite color, and I got my mama's earrings on today.
That's why you
These
didn't
are not her earrings.
That's why you didn't need on that.
That's why they. Oh, that's why they didn't. Yeah.
That's what it is. But so there has to be some level of that, I believe, in all of it.
I love that because still, even when you think you're doing something for someone else to make them happy, it feels good to do that. So that's still selfish. Somewhat.
There's something
in there that I'm getting out of it. I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah. And that's because all people are innately good.
Yes.
Now, what the difference is
true.
What society makes of the manifestation of your actions. You know, even the worst people, even the people that you think of, whatever the worst criminal is or the worst crime there is, this person is still innately good.
They are.
You know, like when I talked
it's a child
about
of God.
When I would well, yes, example of the ulterior motive. There's an example of the ulterior motive. Yes, there's some of that as well. And I'm bringing that up and I'm bringing it loosely because I also want to play with and show you like how society and we make words negative or not. Oh, you're selfish. Okay, fine. We all are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we
they
all
make
want
selfish to be bad.
Yeah, we all want what's good. You know what I'm saying? So a murderer or a rapist or someone for me, when I started to learn about that, I had to accept like all people are innately good. What's the worst case situation? I was like, somebody who abuses kids, especially sexually. You know what I mean? And you cringed.
Yeah,
I got
did.
goosebumps.
Like,
but even
that's a hard one for me. And they still are innately good, just very twisted in the head.
Let them know why.
Just twisted. Because they're still a child of God. Everyone is a child of God. Everyone is a child of God. Yet some of the stories I've heard stories from my clients. One was gang raped at 3.
Wow.
Yeah, by 6 boys. One said she encountered her first male adult penis when she was 3. One when she was 16. All of these are minors. One when she was 16, her stepfather came into her bedroom every single morning when her mother's like clockwork. Mother left to go to work. Stepfather came in her bedroom for a year.
Crazy. Until
she had to leave. And she couldn't really tell her mom because, you can't really, people don't really have the language to talk about it. They have the fear. They've been intimidated. They've been traumatized. They don't know where to go, what to say, to whom. So she moved out. She moved out at 17 and moved in with her boyfriend, which I was like, well, was that jumping into the fire from the frying pan?
And that's usually how it happens.
And that's exactly kind of what was going on, because after a while, of course, that relationship blew up as well. And unless you get real help from having these traumatizations, these traumatizing experiences, you're going to have problems in the relationships. Going to have problems. But even that person, even him, is a child of God. And a lot of them carry such heavy guilt that they get cancers and they get heart disease, and some of them have broken hearts, and some of them just wind up old and lonely. And one of my clients was telling me about someone who, did something really inappropriate to her as well sexually, and later on was trying to reach out, in different ways, like, how you doing? How are you? And I believe it was his own guilty conscience not wanting to say anything about what he did, because they never talked about it, but trying to appease his conscience. And what I was getting from it intuitively was, I hope I didn't mess you up for life. That's what it seemed like his reaching out to her was.
Now, when he did what he did, and this was difficult for me at some point, but I had to go there. And actually, at one point in my life, like, I used to ask women that I dated this question, because I wanted to see how deep they can go or how open they can be. And I would say, what's the worst person that you could think of? Somebody who rapes children. Okay, but that person's innately good. No, they're not. This hits home. I had to heal later when I became enlightened. That's a sticky topic. I'll stay quiet. Xanadu, you're right. It is a sticky topic, but you don't have to stay quiet. Please join in on the conversation, because I believe that whatever comments people may have or differences are due to their ignorance. Because if I talk about a gay man who's raping men, or a gay man who's raping women, different people are going to rise up for different things. Then if you talk about children or child pornography, different people, it hits home. But that doesn't mean that we close our ears and be ignorant. You know what I mean? So this is where this is where the line goes. She said everyone's a child of God, and that's true. So when we're talking about everybody's a child of God, then that means that we're all innately good, which means that we're all seeking good. So when you rape someone, or when somebody murders somebody, in their head, they're still, well, let's go back. In their spirit, they're still innately good. So if you interview this person and say, okay, what did you get from that? Like, why did you... And it might be excitement, power, respect. So excitement is a good thing. Power is a good thing. Respect is a good thing. But your actions, the manifestation of your desires, are socially unacceptable. So that's what makes them still innately good. Because if this society didn't say you shouldn't rape people or beat people or kill people, then they wouldn't be bad people. So it's our society, which is our humanity, and it's right. I mean, I'm not saying that it's okay to kill people or do whatever, but what I'm saying is that what he was seeking was the pleasure, but he just did it the wrong way.
In an inappropriate
somebody needed to teach him, like, you can actually go pay for that thrill if you want, or you can actually go hunting, or when there's alligator season or whatever, why don't you do that?
Paintball.
You know what I mean? A paintball. Yeah. Or become a boxer or MMA.
Go in the Navy SEALs.
Beat somebody up or get beat up. Yeah. So they're still seeking something good for them, but it's just selfish. And it's only selfish, I believe, when they don't know, because a lot of people are just sick in the mind or ignorant to certain things and so on and so on. Because if not, they wouldn't do it. So, like, for instance, the person that you talked about, at that time, he might have known it, but might have not had a control of it, or he didn't really see it as something wrong. Just like some people that marry minors and stuff like that, and then later they're like, oh man, like that was crazy, like, and then he wants to reach out. Like, no, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now the other person doesn't think that they're innately good. So now they had their own problems. So it's just difficult. Hold on. Because Xanadu saying some things. Well, for me, I can't understand where the line's drawn, where it wasn't acceptable to marry or become physical with people until they became 18. All cultures have done this for eons, yeah. But you hit it. It's our social standard. Seems like another way to validate. I think validate folks or validify folks. To make them valid. Yes and no, because we're not making them. We're not like making it a valid point. We're not saying now if we say, oh, don't lock him up or he can't go to jail because he was being innately good, then that would be validating or validifying some folks. So we're not saying that. We're saying that on a spiritual sense. Yeah, vilify. I'm sorry. Yeah, vilify folks. And in many senses they are villains because you're still doing some of that stuff. But they're still innately good. The process is just wrong. And it doesn't let anybody off the hook. You know, and I had to at some point kind of work through that. You know, because there were some clients that I had when I was younger that I was like, yo, give that case to somebody else. I'm not going to go see this dude. Because I'm going to try to beat him down. You know what I mean? Like, it's about to go down.
And when you go to jail, you're going to get the karma for...
You're
going to get it for
whatever
having done anything to kids. Two things also come to mind about this. One, hurt people hurt people. The people that molest were molested or traumatized. They didn't get help. They didn't heal. So now they are out hurting other people. Only hurt people hurt people. Loving people don't hurt people. They don't have the desire to. You really don't have the capacity to just go out there and hurt somebody anywhere, anytime. Love kind of takes away your capacity or your desire even to hurt people. So only hurt people hurt people. So think of the people that are in these kinds of experiences. They are deeply hurting. Deeply hurting. And if you look at their history and their pathologies from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, many times you will find they were raped, they were abused, they were mistreated, and that thing just brewed in them and they never got rid of it, didn't heal it, and so now they're out hurting people. The second one is something Neil Donald Walsh said, the author of Conversations with God. He said something so profound, very similar to what you spoke of, that people are only ever looking for love. So he said a crackhead, when they take a crackhead, is looking for love. Why? Because they're looking for that high. What is that high? Something that feels good. Something that connects them to, they feel maybe to source or to all that is. They feel something, so they're really looking for love.
If not, they wouldn't seek it.
Exactly. And the same thing with any person who robs somebody. Maybe to buy something that they feel will bring them into a greater state, a better state. Love. They're looking for some form of love.
Yeah, or somebody else. So they do it for somebody else, and it's still for what? To get love from them. To feel that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Neil Donald Walsh said that exact same thing you spoke of in different terminologies, of course. You did it in your way. He did it in his way. And it's the same exact thing. Everyone's looking for the same thing. Love. We wrapping up?
I think so.
I think so. This has been delicious. I need a cigarette. No, I'm kidding. I don't smoke, remember?
You said remember?
No, that's
so
not
funny.
real. That's not real, okay? I just said that just as for some reason after sex people like to smoke cigarettes. I don't know about that. I don't understand that whole thing. I don't know what that's about. So, I don't know. What say you, Wiz? You wrapping up?
Yeah, I think we're done.
I think we're done too. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Tantra Talks.
Well, let's ask the people. Are we done? Does anybody have anything?
How you feeling? Feel complete?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I feel complete as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So don't ask nobody.
No.
That's what you're saying.
He can read my code so well. Love you. You enjoyed it.
Love you guys. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Brown Boy.
I love y'all.
Love
Thanks
you guys.
for hanging out with us so
for the
late
time.
tonight.
I know. I wanted to do it earlier. I wanted to do it earlier, but whatever.
Man, you left my W hanging?
Because I'm reading what they're doing.
We still
I'm so
reading.
sorry.
It's all good.
You remember that episode, Brown Boy?
Which episode?
Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Saturday Night Live. About
Totally
what?
missed the whole show, though. I love you guys. Oh, Kadi, you didn't miss the whole show. It's going to be uploaded.
It's all recorded.
So, yeah.
On the channel. Ready for you. I created a new playlist, too. Make sure you subscribe. Smash the like button.
Oh, let's tell them,
the likes stay. Oh, Wakaya.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah, next week, we don't know. I think we're going to come on Saturday because we're going to Vegas. The Witch and the Wizard are going to be in Vegas. The Wakaya is going to be our 1-year anniversary. For those of you who don't know what Wakaya is, you should know or find out. Sorry, we haven't told you guys because we're not Wakaya sellers like that. I mean, this is a spirituality show. But what we'll do here now is we'll post both of our links or something. I don't know. We'll
down
post.
Below? Yeah, down below this video.
Well, I don't know. I don't like posting my link to Wakaya.
No.
If you want to know about Wakaya, just call me. Or if you want to know, like, do you give people your link? I'd rather talk to them. Some people get the website. I don't like doing that.
Yeah, I don't usually give the website.
But you usually don't do anything. They just come to you and sign up and do stuff. But
I do put Love Wakaya. Love Wakaya is mine. And yours
mine
is two Wakaya,
mine is
right?
2 Wakaya. TU Wakaya. The reason I put 2 Wakaya is because I'm heavily invested in the Latino population, obviously, for obvious reasons. And we're founding ambassadors.
Yes.
So we all have our thing. Valerie is an amazing leader and has an amazing team.
As do you.
Yeah, we do.
Kicking butt.
So, and I'm more into the products and the health side of it and the fitness side of it.
I think he's about to win the challenge that we got going on.
I'm trying to win that challenge.
I'm trying
to win that challenge!
I'm pretty sure that's in the bag.
I'm trying to win that fitness challenge. They better have gotten my stuff, my pictures.
I think that's in the bag.
Actually, I might need to put our pictures up here. I might need to put our pictures up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my pictures up here.
Put it on the vids and
let
out
I might need to put the vids. I mean, I ain't put the pigs up in the vids. Put the pigs up in the vids. So anyways, Wakaya is. Let's tell them a little bit about Wakaya. It's a company that is founded by David Gilmour, and we have natural and organic products. It's all about weight loss, health, trying to detox. Basically, we're also trying to get people off medication. I kept telling people that this weekend.
Healing
the body. And for us, that's very important because we really believe in a holistic approach about body, mind, and soul. So Wakaya kills it. It will clean all your insides and outsides. If you want to lose weight, I mean, I lost 33 pounds on it. I lost 22. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, I didn't even know I was that big.
Dang.
33 pounds. It's been since I've been doing it.
It's been 33 pounds you released?
Yep. So that's
crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And since the challenge has been like 20 pounds, 19, 20 pounds, something like that.
Wow.
But and it's all natural, and you don't have to buy the products. I like this stuff because you don't have to keep buying the products, and you're not hooked on the products. It's about changing your lifestyle. And I don't want to go too heavy in it because Valerie's always like, you're about the products and about working out. And so we have our stuff, but Valerie's amazing.
And subscribe to his channel because he has workout videos on his channel with Eva. And oh my goodness, I was watching it the other day. Eva is a beast. She'd be like, she was going with them lunges and everything. I was like,
Kadi, we got you. So
look, I was sitting there eating my grapes because y'all know I'm a 40-day grape fast. I was eating my
So Eva's great. She's a trainer.
Oh my God, she is a beast.
Yeah. So as far as the channel, I'm trying to put work. I have a bunch of workouts we recorded.
We're gonna link up your channel.
Yeah, we'll put the link up, and it's actually you could Google this too, Roberto Amato. Actually, This is my channel, the one I'm commenting on today.
Oh yeah, just
so
click
the one
on that.
Yeah, just click on
and
it.
Subscribe.
Okay. Yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Because I need to be able to go live on my channel.
Yeah.
I need to go live. But on the channel, I'm gonna do some workout stuff, some spiritual stuff. But it's gonna be a lot of ketogenic. I want to help people with these diets, and we had some pizza stuff. Oh yeah. So yes, his keto pizza recipe is the bomb.
Oh, that fathead pizza! Did
Brown
y'all
boy
see
said
that fathead pizza?
that pizza, I want some. That's the only way I eat pizza.
I was like, dang, I would have ate that, and I don't eat all of that, but I would have ate.
So Gotti, we got you though, Gotti. It's going down. So just holler at us. Again, I gotta
and
try.
I know you was going in on that sausage, wasn't you?
I went in. I went in. I was like, some of my friends ain't going like this, but it looked like chicken though. It's okay. So anyways, just link up with us. It doesn't matter who you talk to, who you're not. We work together regardless of it.
Family.
Yeah, we're a big family, and
all of Wakai.
do what you choose. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that it
yes,
yeah,
and do you know how many people come to me at Wakai events and say, "I came into Wakai because of you with them." I was like, okay. Because it's all good.
That's what you be saying. I'd be like, well, you should have done it under me then. I can't be giving you all my time then. Yeah. Are you going to give me some coaching? I was like, well, you signed up with them, so let them coach you. We heard you're a personal trainer. I do all that for the people on my team.
Right, for the people that came with me. That I have a vested interest in working with. That's how this thing works. It's called a business, not a social club.
I need to post on Facebook because I told the first 5 people that sign up with me, I'm going to give them personal training and I'm going to help. So I had a little over 5.
I love it.
But I'm going to give it to everybody. So I didn't post on it though. But not to be selfish, but I'm being honest because if I give other people all the time, then our people don't.
Right.
And when you sign up with us, and I learned this from you actually. I learned this from you because you know I'm very social, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving somebody over here and somebody in California and in Minnesota and there, and you're like, but your people need more time, and it's like we're a big family and we help everybody. But you have to make sure that your people, because, and I remember I talked to you about, I said, why didn't you let him sign up? It's like, because I can't be giving that person this time. I was like, okay. And it's like, it's crazy because it's true. Because when you sign up with me, or you sign up with her, you're her responsibility.
Yeah, now we're going to go
and you're my responsibility. Like, we need to make sure you're making money, and we need to make sure that you're right, and that you're healthy, and that you're doing the things that you have to do. You know what I mean? So,
it's an investment on both ends.
Yeah, it is.
The person who's coming and the person who's bringing them on board.
It is. And actually, you could type in your link here. We could type our link in here, actually.
Yeah.
So type yours in because I don't know if it's sure. So we'll type our links in and you can look at our page and just message us and let us know what information you want or anything. And if you don't want any information, you can just go right into the website and sign up. And
indeed.
And do what you feel.
Oops! Remove any web addresses and try again. It's not trying to let me post a web address. We'll post it down below and on my videos. I'm gonna write it for you without the www. Oh, without the www.
Do you need the capital letters?
No. And what I've been doing under my vids on YouTube as well as I've been linking up to all our YouTube channels.
Is that?
So, yes, lovewakaya.com. That's it. I've been linking up to all our YouTube channels. So when you go to any of the videos on ValerieLove.com, underneath it, you're going to see subscribe to our YouTube channels. You would love this, Wiz.
Did they block this? Oh, let's take off the
Yeah, they grayed it out or something like that.
Okay, let's just do the love.
That's something. YouTube is something. They don't want nobody bouncing off of YouTube. They're going to hold you captive and hostage. So what I've been doing and putting under my YouTube vids, subscribe to our other channels. And I put your channel, I put the Witch and the Wizard channel, I put all our channels. So that subscribe to all the channels for all the deliciousness. You get many flavors of deliciousness with us.
Yes.
Cool. We complete yet? One something in the morning. So. It's almost 2.
It's almost 2. I gotta go.
OMG, it's almost 2. Good thing I don't have to wake up early in the morning.
I do.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Today.
today, right? Later on today.
Yes, Scotty. Check out Wakaya
Okay.
and Bitcoin. That was amazing, and we're gonna start doing some stuff together for Bitcoin as well with the Witch and the Wizard. So yeah, the thing is this, that you gotta have different streams of income, and Valerie talks about it all the time. For me, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I came from Dubai for Wakaya, and I know that God was like, well, let me give you something you can follow, and I was like, there's gonna be a lot of money in Wakaya. I'm trying to make millions. I'll leave what I'm doing here. I'm building schools. I'm putting schools together. I'm staffing, putting the curriculum in place. I'm like, but this is going to give me possibly millions and the time freedom. And I never joined any network marketing stuff that I actually did. I did look into some, and actually I did sign up for some. Like my friend was like, I just put my name in, whatever. But I didn't do it. I was like, look, dude, I'm not wasting my time because it's like your company's unstable. I don't even know who the founder is. He's a nobody. You know, that means you need to be making money to keep it going, which means they're gonna force you to buy stuff. I'm not into you forcing me to buy anything. I'm not into, and Wakaya doesn't do that. And it's a new company. It's your opportunity to be up top. You know what I mean? If you can come in and stay stable, you're on top, and you're gonna make some money. You know what I mean? I mean, you gotta put some of the work in. Your eyes open up. What's going on?
Yeah, you're gonna make some money. It's true.
So that's why I started. The health aspect of it was a bonus for me. Like I tell people, like I didn't come here to get healthy. I can't get paid. But if
I can do both.
Yeah, because I'm into fitness anyways. I work out and all that. Yeah. But the diet was the craziest part because I could never, like when you guys see my before and after picture, if whoever messages me, that my email's in here too or whatever, I'll show you my before and after pictures, and I've never changed like that in 2 months.
Wow.
I've never lost my love handles. No. And I played Division I college baseball. We had the best trainers. We had nutritionists. We had physical therapists. We had everything. And I've never lost. I thought my days of love handles I thought life for my love handles was over. Wow. I was like, I'm living, but my love handles, they're done. They're never going to leave. I can't get rid of them. Try it after you began to
Stay
sell
with
or
me
before.
for life.
Xanadu, I tried it after. I'll tell you why. Because when it comes to health and wellness, people don't give a dang on. Like, I know people that are like, network marketing? No, I'm not doing it. And then they start seeing the before and after pictures. We have thousands of people.
It's true.
These products are proven. They're great. They're natural and organic. I never even posted my before and after. If you go to my Facebook page, my before and after picture is not even there. Because I got people that lost 60 pounds, 80 pounds, 100 pounds.
My goodness.
You know what I mean? And what's crazy is that the diet that we do, I've tried it in the past. You can try the diet by yourself. And it didn't work for me. Because it's very hard to get into that stage and to stay there.
And stay there.
Yeah, and stay there. It's hard to get into the diet area, to the fat burning area. To turn your body into a fat burning machine is really hard. But if you do it right, you can do it. Now, not only is it difficult, but you can get sick from it. Like, you might not have enough fiber. You might not have enough minerals and stuff like that. But Wakaya has packaged it. I mean, we got a celebrity trainer. And it's crazy. There's a Facebook page that people are involved.
It's like 8,000 people in there.
Yeah. So people are exchanging recipes. People are like talking about the exercises. The trainer's on there. You know what I mean? Like I'm putting workouts up. Other people are putting workouts up. Like it's crazy, and that's really where it's at. You know, like, and I love that because it's not like a lot of companies. They just throw products out and they're like, "Well, here, lose some weight." It's like, no, we're gonna teach you. We're gonna stay on top of it. They have weekly calls for it. Like, it's something that that's sustainable. So I didn't lose it before that. And I'm going to be honest that I really did it for the competition. Because for
like
me...
on the cruise, when you got the sexiest man alive on the cruise. Well, he got sexiest man alive on the cruise. But he did some moves for that one. Yeah. He to seal the deal. I mean, he was going to get it anyway. But to seal the deal, just in case there was a question in anybody's head on the whole deck, they were like, "Oh,
parents were taking
we're
the
not
kids
worthy."
Parents were like this holding the kids, but they weren't leaving. They covered the kids, but they were like,
they're still looking. Ooh,
so
he got it going on.
So, but I lost my train of thought.
Then you did it for the competition.
For the competition. Yeah, I did it for the competition because I took my before pictures, and I'm not even going to lie. I was like, all right, the competition's starting. I want to win it. But, like, I'm not that fat. So I said, all right, I'm just not going to work out for, like, 3 weeks. And that's what I did. I gained some more weight, which I already had. I gained a little more. And so the competition was 3 months. I did it in 2 months. And I transformed my entire body in 2 months with this diet.
Wow.
I was like, holy snaps. And it was like out of nowhere, the fat just started burning off. And I was like, what in the world is going on? I was like, people like, my mom was like,
no, really.
Your face is...
Yeah, the face was like...
She's like, you never did crack before. Why are you doing it now? So...
I'm happier than ever. I ain't doing no crack.
But I'm not going to lie. The thing is with me, it was motivation. And I lost that once I left college. Wow. I lost that because I didn't have to compete. I was working out so much because I wanted to kill somebody.
Yeah,
like,
there was no fire in there.
And then, like, the sexiest man, like, I had some weight on me, but I didn't need all that. Like, I got the gift of gab. I got some sensuality.
He got
like,
the charisma.
You ain't gonna stop me.
He got all
You
that.
might not like nobody fat, but you gonna like me today. So I never had that motivation. But once I submitted my before pictures, I was like, oh God, I gotta do this.
I gotta do this.
I'm gonna be embarrassed. They're gonna be like, how you working out and training people? You can't be no personal trainer with fat all over you like this. So that's what I did.
But you didn't have fat all over you like that.
That's because you ain't never seen me with no shirt on. I became a master at masking my fat.
A master.
But if you want, I was a master masker.
A master.
So if you want to see my before and after pictures, email me or send something and I'll send you them. It's crazy. I mean, I just show them to people. They're like, I'm in.
Oh yeah,
no,
I'm sure.
I'm in.
Like,
you gonna train me?
What is that?
You gonna help me with the diet? Yes, I'm in then. Okay. You don't want to know how much it is? It don't matter.
They don't care.
I'm losing all of this.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
And guess we're about to knock out the park next week.
Mm.
Skincare. I can't
Are you supposed to let that out?
Yes. We can talk about it.
We could? Okay. Well, you talk about it because that's your thing.
I even know the name of it, but I can't say the name yet till we get the whole plat out. But there was a network marketer.
And that is your thing.
Oh, that's my thing. Because I'm all about the glow, baby.
I'm about to be on it too.
I'm about the glow.
I'm about to follow you. Be like, Val, what I do with this lotion? So if y'all see me out here with mascara or something on.
And a mask on, looking all beautiful. Oh, I'm so for that. Because you know how I love women. As you do. You love women too. Your mother, your sister. You know, really loving women. And like you always say, I want women to have all that they're supposed to have. Right? So part of loving yourself is that skin. We're about to get skincare. You know what a top network marketer told Andre Vaughn? He said 2 things will make you millions in network marketing. Weight loss and skincare. Because all you got to do is before and after picture. That's it. No explanations.
And we got them both.
And now we're going to have them both.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a wrap. There's your millions right there.
The thing is that let me just tell you what happened when Andre called me. Or let's go back to his first one. I was like, I'm not selling anything. You don't have to sell. I said, I know network marketing. Didn't know anything about it. I just know when I see people selling all those other things. I'm like, I'm not walking around with bags and all that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not doing all that. Yeah, no, I'm not doing all that.
We don't do that, yeah.
So, $14 million later, after he made $14 million, I was going to law school. So I said, hey, I'm about to go to law school. Can you just throw my name in the pyramid or something? He's like,
put me in the matrix or something.
He's like, I could do it, but you're gonna have to work.
You're gonna have to work it.
You gonna do me like that? He's like, no, because the time passed. He's like, you missed the cycle. You should have been in the beginning.
That's true. Because I was in there in the beginning, well, close to the beginning, and it was rolling. Yeah. And I had car bonus and everything.
Yeah, he's like, you can't come when it's rolling because now there's people already in position.
True.
So I was like, so what am I going to do? He said, nothing. He's like, because you have to sell. Now you have to sell, and you don't want to sell. And I know you're not trying to sell. I was like, you're right. He's like, so you just got to wait. So I'm like, wait for what? He's like, wait for another opportunity. I'll tell you.
Wow.
So 8 years passed.
Wow.
I'm in Dubai.
That was a long wait.
I'm in Dubai. Well, I'm not waiting because you know how to wait for
nothing. You doing your thing.
I'm like, okay, just let me know. So I'm out there and he calls me and he's like, hey, I got something. I'm like, what? He's like, I just met with the founder of Fiji Water. We just had a meeting, blah, blah, blah. This is what we're doing. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, sounds good. He's like, I need you to come to the U.S. I was like, all right, hold on. What are you selling? He's like, ginger and turmeric. I'm like,
I ain't leaving Dubai for that.
I was like, wait, first of all, do you remember the problems I had when I left law school to go to Dubai blindly off some contractual work?
Wow.
Like, I had to explain that. People are still telling me why I didn't go back to law school. And I'm like, first of all, a lot of my friends ain't even working. they got a law degree. So, why? No, I'm fine here. Now you want me to have to explain to people that I'm leaving for ginger and turmeric? You lost your mind. I was like, whatever you smoke.
That ain't happening.
Stop it. I know you made over $14 million. You're a multimillionaire. I know what happens to people. You get bored, you start doing drugs. Stop it. I'm not going over there to help you out. He said, listen, I don't know, but we got this, and this, that. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, wait, that's a lot of millionaires moving. I said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. But I don't have the vision. But I'm smart enough to follow you. I'm smart enough to follow the Blue's Clues. So I was like, what do I sign up at? I'm on my way back. I'll catch a flight out there. And that's what it was. And it's just, I mean, a multi-billionaire as a founder.
Billionaire founder.
Products that have been already proven at high-end markets. Been on Oprah's 25 favorite list twice.
Billionaire twice. On her list twice.
Twice. Not once, twice. New York Times, all these people are talking about it. So that means, one, I don't have to worry about the company flipping over because it's a multi-billionaire who's backing it. Which is why we have the highest payment plan. We pay people the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got planned to $1,000.
Exactly. Exactly. Making sure everybody's making at least $1,000 a month.
$1,000 in residual income every month on the 15th of the month.
And then not only do you have us coaching you through it, but then you have all of our team. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the great people you have on your team, and it's ridiculous. Amazing. And I'm like, we don't. I was just talking about that. Like, well, I told somebody, well, I have a nutritionist from Hopkins, and I have this. And we have personal trainers, and I'm a personal trainer. Amazing. And they're like, oh, the company hired them. I'm like, oh, no, they're just in my team. Now, the company, we have a celebrity trainer, and we have this. And it's like, we have so many levels of leadership. People. Yeah, that it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I've never seen a gathering of souls like this before.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
it's something special.
You don't have to worry about the founder. You don't have to worry about the company flipping. So, the other part is, these are the things I look at. I look at who's running the company, what are we selling, and who's backing it. Then after that, it's okay. Oh no, now we gotta look at the timing. You know what I mean? So all of this is perfected with Wakaya. Because the founder's a multi-billionaire, you don't have to worry about it. The products, amazing, proven. You don't have to worry about that. Who's running it? The team is ridiculous. We don't even have to go into it. But they're all proven. You can Google each one of them. Okay? I just got lucky that I knew about them for almost 12 years. Alright? And that's just because of somebody. Anyways, it doesn't matter why. We can talk about it later. And then the other part is the timing. And we're here at the beginning. We're not even a year old. When we were about 6 or 7 months, we were in the top 200 companies. Who does that in 6 months? After 2 months opening, we went on a cruise.
That's 500, almost 500 people.
On a free cruise.
Free cruise.
Paid for the taxes included. And everything. Anyways, it's crazy, but we gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
And
it's 2. We're really going.
Yeah, message us. Whoever wants to know anything, or wants to explore, just let us know. You have our links there. You have Value's email. What's your email?
What's my email?
Yeah. Your email. Where they might message you at, yeah.
For them to send me an email?
They might, if you want, you don't want that.
ValerieLove.com.
I was like, you do want an email, right?
I got 50 million emails, no emails. ValerieLove.com. The retreat. December 1st to the 4th.
Yes, December 1st to the 4th.
Sedona Retreat.
Yes.
With the Witch and the Wizard.
Yes.
Chanting.
Yes.
Meditation.
Sex.
Get
love,
your love, sex, relationships, get it all together.
We should have a cuddle party.
Yeah, we could do that.
We should have a cuddle party.
We can do that.
I don't know why I even thought about that right now.
Mm-hmm. We can do it. Be there.
Or be square.
Or be square.
We love you guys. We'll see you.
Love you. Peace.
Peace.
Wow.
Peace. Witch and the Wizard
Witch
out.
and the Wizard out. Wow. Great show, peeps. We love you.
Round boy.
And